So originally, it said that the president was going to represent himself. Then we found out a man named Mr. Brito, B-R-I-T-T-O, would be representing him, and he was going to be on the show with us. But then he was told by his client to stand down for now. What does that mean? I don't know. Could mean that Trump has thought better of this, that Trump doesn't want to blow too much air on these flames right now. Trump doesn't want anybody talking to me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. We try to be fair, and the opportunity will be extended going forward. So $10 billion in damages. President suing on behalf of all of us, he says, because of the birthday card bombshell that the Wall Street Journal said was going to blow, or people said that the Journal was going to blow the lid off the Epstein thing with that clunker. So he also wants, in a separate legal matter, all grand jury testimony surrounding Epstein to be released. Will either of these things come to fruition? Famed defamation lawyer Ken Turkel and former Miami-Dade County Judge Jeffrey Swartz. Good to have you both. Judge, Your Honor, thank you. Counsel, as always, appreciated.
Good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris.
First, let's do what I care about first. Judge, grand jury testimony, I stipulate, Your Honor, that it shouldn't just be the grand jury testimony. It should be everything that they have. All of it should be there. But with respect to this, as a legal sufficiency, can you get the grand jury testimony?
He can get it with a motion in front of the court to disclose it, but he'll have to come up with good cause for disclosing it. His desire to pick and choose what parts of the grand jury testimony he wants to disclose is not going to be sufficient. If it helps him, that's fine, but that's not the basis for it. There has to be a legal cause for going into court and asking for grand jury testimony.
So, counsel, give it to me. What is it?
Well, on the grand jury testimony, or are we talking about the defamation now? The legal cause?
Yeah. I mean, I trust you. I've talked to you about all kinds of stuff. What do you think? I'm going to just put one little category on you?
No, one day we're supposed to talk about defamation. We ended up talking about the search at Mar-a-Lago.
See what I'm saying?
Ironically enough, I did a case in Palm Beach defending the clerk over a request from the Palm Beach Post to get the grand jury testimony. So I actually briefed it all and so forth. Usually it's in the public interest. You're getting the same arguments you always are getting about access to courts. And, we have a robust dialogue around that. As much as I'm on the plaintiff sides of these cases, Chris, I understand that, but you can't, there has to be a court order entered, period, end of story. And really supposed to be entered as non-adversarial matters where a petition, a miscellaneous petition, at least in Florida, and then you tell the court what your good cause is. I wouldn't say it's perfunctory. I think you need a little more than everybody wants to know. How's that?
Right. I got you. I agree. All right. So let's look at the defamation case. First of all, I'll spare you two because of my respect for your pedigrees, whether or not strategically this is a good thing to do politically, because I don't want to smear you with that. But legally, Turkel, you really believe you win this case any more likely than it was that he would have ever won the 60 Minutes case?
I talked to you about Stephanopoulos. I think we talked, I was on with you. I don't know if I talked to you 60 Minutes. There's been so much political stuff. I could not believe Stephanopoulos was settled. Beyond the fact that, he's not a rapist, he's a sexual abuser. How do you argue that to a jury? They didn't challenge venue. They just rolled on this thing. I thought George was being petty. I didn't like the way he did it, but was it a great case? No, I have to work my butt off in these cases to get money. This thing, $10 billion, Dr. Evil damages, I call him. We don't want 10 million, we want 10 billion, as if we have to put that in our ad damnum clause, which we never do. The Judge, you know this, we don't have to put a number in there. But why don't I put 100 gazillion plus a planet somewhere? What you and I agree on constantly, Chris, going back to the New York cases, where we become very kindred souls, and what keeps me waiting for the dinner in Tampa that I didn't get when you were down for the hurricanes. You could have come to the house. I was a mile away from where you were. The New York cases, the lawfare. let this guy be irrelevant for 4 years. I represented a bunch of people in Tampa, on Trump Tower, Tampa, a long time ago. Famous piece by Mike Isikoff. You know, let it be irrelevant, okay? But when you do these cases, what ends up happening, right? We saw it for 4 years. That Letitia Adams case I thought was ridiculous. You and I were on the same page. He'll counterpunch his way out of anything. Judge, I think you said he can't be touched. You can't call this guy a bad name. He can't come back with a better comeback for, right? He's been doing it his whole life. He's exceptionally good at it. And so I look at this and I say, forget the baseline defamation stuff. I don't file this case. What? Everybody, oh my God, they sent him bad birthday cards. Is that really what we're talking about in America? This is the other thing I agree with you. We got real problems in this country. The interesting.
Well, I also think he's got big issues that could work for him. You know, instead of playing this kind of guy, I said I wouldn't smear you guys with this, but here we are. Look, he could be. But I'm saying, well, yeah, I didn't want you guys to have to talk politics. But in terms of the strategy of this, he's got things that could be going a positive way that he could be talking about right now, and that really matter to the majority in this country, instead of getting into this knife fight over this nonsense, you know, with the Wall Street Journal, with any of the Epstein deep thinkers on this. That's why I didn't see it. But anyway, I don't want to go down that road with you guys. We'll see what happens, and I'll bring you back.
It's a legal strategy, Chris, though. And look at it this way. Yeah. This is something I thought about this case a little in getting ready today. This guy's vilified. If you look at the cases he files, they're a small fraction of how much he's dragged through the media. He chooses legacy media.
He just got called a rapist. He just got called a rapist by a member of Congress.
Yeah, I mean, he chooses legacy media fights. And
he fights battles that he doesn't need to fight. He fights battles he doesn't need to fight because it gets him publicity and it's good for his base. But the truth of the matter is, yes, has he got sufficient allegations in the complaint that's pending to get by a motion to dismiss? Yes. It's all about the discovery. It's all about the attorney's fees. It's all about trying to intimidate the press into paying off, just like CBS did, just like ABC did. And I think we're seeing even more of it in CBS now. That's what it's all about. This complaint.
But I'll tell you what,
really Judge, upon just bare minimums.
Hold on, though. Hold on one thing, though. And I got to wrap, but one thing that matters here. First of all, Mr. Turkel, thank you for being here. Your Honor, Judge Swartz, thank you for being here. There is a difference here that we want to observe going forward with whether or not he sues. And it is that I just believe we're better served if we leave all the lawfare alone. I really do. I think that it's taken us a place where we don't need to go, and he knows that better than most. But Mr. Turkel, thank you. Judge Swartz, I appreciate you both. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.